All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cozy Cat Games.
We got Fuzzy with us, begrudgingly. She's not happy about it.
She's not. We had a little
Oh,
cat kerfluffle this morning, so the cats are very,
ugh. Roll, roll, roll the Fuzzy. Look at the camera. No, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Oh, oh, she says Mal.
but
Oh,
she's gonna knock the monitor over. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna battle you.
And she's gonna knock your Dragon Maid minis over. She's going
She's
to
she's in a mood.
retaliate.
Yeah, so the cats were in a mood this morning. Fidget decided to attack Leroy. Fuzzy decided to attack both of them because she couldn't figure out what side she was supposed to be on.
Because she's the middle child.
Because she's the middle child.
So we have a little different format today. I wanted to do just kind of a overview. We had Free RPG Day yesterday with our FLGS Crazy Squirrel Games, and I kind of wanted to just show off what Free RPG Day is about. But I'm tired and didn't want to put makeup on, so you would not see our faces today. I mean, he's fine with it, but yeah, I didn't really want to get dressed in like nice clothes or put makeup on, so we're gonna try this.
We're just gonna do a quick overview.
Maybe not quick.
No,
There's a
no,
lot of stuff.
there's a lot of stuff, but just kind of a quick on each individual one. Show some of the free RPG swag, some of the stuff we grabbed, as well as of course we were at the game store, so we had to buy some things.
And I picked up a special order, so we figured we'd share that. But we have been participating in Free RPG Day for 2017, I think, and Free RPG Day has been going since way before then. It's changed hands in that period of time. Our local game store has pretty much participated every year, even the year that was there was a brain fart.
Yeah, they forgot to order, so it was a panic trying to get stuff, but we got through it. It was great.
It was great. Luckily, the owner, she has a lot of friends in the industry, and she was able to get a box for us to give out. She typically orders 3 boxes, so we are very, very lucky. A lot of stores can order only 1 box, and you get 1 item. Because I normally come and help set up or help manage or run or whatever, I typically get to take kind of whatever I want. As a perk,
We get lots of extra stuff. It's fun.
the one perk you get for being a GM at our store is
Dispel dice.
so Dispel did the dice again this year, and it's gorgeous. Like,
Yeah, it
it's
is
so
absolutely.
pretty.
Let me see that guy.
So it matches the one from last year that's red. And of course it doesn't really show up.
It only rolled a 9, so it can't be that good.
I mean,
Oh, there's an 18. That's better. That's better.
um, so most of our GMs will get one of these. That you only get a limited number of them.
The text underneath it says, "I will not eat the dice."
I think that's what last year
So
said too.
if you take the little thing out and read it, it says, "I will not eat the dice."
Cute. So we typically get one of those that we don't really use. I normally put them on display because they're so pretty. But that is our like extra, and I typically only pick up one because I don't want to be a greedy bitch and get several. Because technically, Steve and I both.
Yeah, technically I should get one too, but
I like to make sure that other people can get them.
we want to make sure the whole point of free RPG Day is that everybody gets to participate. So we try not to like I took almost one of all of the freebie handouts, but I waited until the store closed.
Yeah.
I didn't. I made sure that everybody. I grabbed a couple that I really wanted right in the beginning, and then I waited until after hours to go ahead and grab all of the other ones.
Which is typically what they do. So typically she will allow 3 for just coming into the store. You can pick up 3 if you run or play stuff. You can pick up a couple extra, and then after like the first set of games, which we ran 3 3-hour slots this year, 3 3-hour slots, and each slot had 3 games each. So after the first slot, it's pretty much like up for grabs.
So first slot, since we're on that,
Yeah.
where's Dragonbane? Not that
Oh,
one. Give me
not
Dragonbane.
that? Oh, okay. We're gonna just
we're
jump
gonna-
into what you
We're gonna
ran.
jump into what we ran right off the bat, because it's what we got on the channel going anyways. Is we had Dragonbane, the Magistrate's Gambit. This is already available on their site for free, I believe. I'll have to
No,
double check that. Ooh, it's not. Oh man, they did that last year.
Well, I think it takes them a couple days. I
Yeah.
can double check.
So it will be available for free because that's what they always do, unless they just really disappoint me this time. But this was their free handout for this year. It has a kind of a mini sort of core book here. It's actually got a lot of the information. So where a lot of companies just do a quick, here's the information you need to run this session. This is straight up like identical to the core book pages.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all in here, a whole bunch of information, all the spells. Now the spells, it only has what you need for this. It does not have the full spell book. It doesn't have anything for level ups, doesn't have anything for making characters. But then you get the actual like story portion of it, and that's still pretty thick. That's still a lot of pages of story.
Yeah.
It's really heavy, nice glossy paper. The fact that some of these pages aren't numbered and some of like the blank pages don't get numbered really confused my players, which I love because again, everybody had one of these. So I would just tell them like, hey, the map's on page 29. Go ahead and look at that. So I don't have to try to like throw it out across the table. But the actual little encounter on this one is great. There's basically like a pair of like old wizards that have been having kind of this little game where they play this little game every year, and whoever wins gets to wear a magical necklace for the year. And the guy you're working for has basically never won, and he's pretty sure the other one is cheating. So he hires you to go trade out these 3 magical artifacts that he thinks that the other one's using to cheat. And that's, you are invading, doing like a reverse heist. You're invading her manor in order to replace 3 of her items with fakes. It's really fun. It has some really great puzzles. It's way more puzzle focused than most of them are.
Yeah.
And the puzzles were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
My players figured them all out. The only one they didn't do the puzzle with the harpies because they had the item that allows them to circumvent it. But I have no doubt that they would have figured it out anyways.
As a player, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I got to play Bastion Bloodjaw.
I love Bastion Bloodjaw.
So I got to play the Wolfkin this time, and it was a blast. I also suck at puzzles, so I think I ended up rolling to assist or rolling to like.
You can roll for meta knowledge, and she ended up rolling for meta knowledge on one of them.
I got a boon on that, so it is not available yet on their website, but
Sadness.
last year's Sinking Tower is, and so is the Quick Start Guide from the year before.
Yes.
Which also has a little thing, but I have a feeling it'll be up in the next week or so.
It was usually, they usually have them up like the day after or the week after, so
yeah.
it should be up pretty quick.
Let's see. I think just to get, I got a stack, so bear with me for a minute. We played in, we'll just get this over with. Where did he put it?
It might be on the Monty Python side.
Okay. So that's not it. Oh, there it is. We played the Land of M.
Yeah. So Curse of the Chickenfoot Witch. This had really fun. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons dummied down to play with kids, like younger kids.
Yeah.
It's got enough of the mechanics and things still in it to kind of, teach some math and teach some skills and have some brain power going, but it's simplified and streamlined enough to be pretty easy. I loved the art. The art is very like Adventure Time looking. There's even a definitely legally distinct Jake the dog in here somewhere. Yeah, so here you got your Chickenfoot Witch here. Yep, she's great. Oh, there we go. There's legally distinct Jake the dog. It's definitely not Jake the dog. But it was a fun little adventure. Our friend Ian ran that game, and I enjoyed it. I played as Riley. Ooh, what was my name? Riley something.
So
I was a little like rat looking gal.
I will say one thing that I think Ian was it was a good and bad. So the characters are not in here, and a lot of the information is not in here. There's a QR code. You scan that, and that's how you get your characters and basically a lot of the other knowledge. So luckily he sent everything to me early, and I could print it for him. So I don't know what my character name was. I cannot remember. It was fun though. It was short.
It was
It
a
was
pretty
definitely
short.
like
Yeah,
2 hours.
yeah, it was a little short. Well, now we drug it out. We could have done it faster than
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah. Well, and like Dragonbane, I think 2 hours is what most of them are aiming for. But
Yeah.
Dragonbane is specifically done. It was made to be a tournament, so the entire groom could all be playing it. Everybody gets 2 hours, and then you get a score based off of how your party does.
Which is cool.
My group actually did very well. They only had one, like, of the big negatives, and then they only lost like 5 points for the wizard actually knowing that you're there, like
yeah.
being suspicious.
And we had 11 minutes to spare.
And you had 11 minutes to spare, yeah. So that was pretty good.
It was really fun. This was fun. Really enjoyed it. Got to play with friends we don't get to play with that often anymore.
It's also a
nice.
D12 system.
Which was, you literally need 2 dice. You need your D12 and you need whatever damage dice.
Yeah,
Dice.
it was a D6 for me.
Me
and
too.
That was, I think someone else had a D10.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very basic.
Super cute. Now,
this one was double-sided. So
double-sided.
Monty Python. Concurricular medieval reenactment program.
A role-playing game. No, it isn't. I only just recently, in the last decade, have watched the Monty Python movies.
Oh, you've only seen Quest for the Holy Grail. You have not seen any of the other Monty Python.
Yeah, it's not necessarily my humor. I liked the Holy Grail. It was funny. Surprised nobody ran this.
I'm very surprised nobody ran this. I honestly, I've not grabbed all of the stuff.
That.
I love the big dragon.
Yeah.
I haven't grabbed all the Monty Python stuff. I'm going to at some point. I'm just going to end up collecting all the stuff. The core book comes with a dice catapult. Use a rubber band, and you actually catapult your dice in order to roll your dice. So you don't roll them, you catapult your dice. I think that was the last. So this is the last page.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a fun little kind of Monty Python, getting that flair, getting that feel to a tabletop game. Because let's be honest, Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail, it's just a D&D game. That's exactly how a D&D game rolls out. That kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to messing with that, to getting some.
You want to just put it to the side?
Yeah, we need to put it to the side.
So our game store did 3 slots, and each slot had 3 games each. So we did 10:30 to 1:30 to 4:30, I think, or 5, and then 5:15 to 8.
Yeah.
And every slot was full. We had to cancel a game last minute because somebody got a migraine, which is completely understandable. But yeah, I want to talk about this one next.
All right, let's figure that one out.
So,
Wires in the Woods.
We had the option last year. Jax, the owner of Crazy Squirrel, goes to Gamma, and she actually brought, I think it was Gamma, she actually brought this back, and we got a choice of we could take this or we could take Scurry. And we chose Scurry because one of the staff really loves solo RPGs. Never really played a solo RPG.
Yeah, the closest I've done to a solo RPG is I've done Mice and Mystics solo, and that's like D&D in a board game. It very much runs the same idea.
Yeah. A trash foraging TTRPG.
Solo quick start. So this one, what do we got? We have a solo and a duet mode.
Oh.
You need a quick start book, a standard deck of playing cards, 2 6-sided dice, a means of recording your story, and a token or mini to represent your forager's current location. Looks like. Oh.
But
the artwork is crazy. I love it.
That's what got me is the art.
I love the little. So you do some foraging stuff here.
And this is one of the ones where I think there was only 3 or 4 copies per box.
Yeah, there was not very many of these. This looks like it's got a nice little kind of set up in here. The artwork is great. The critters are nice and crazy looking. Looks like it's got tables in the back for figuring everything out. They got some more solo titles here. Let's see. Be Like a Crow, Be Like a Cat, and D666.
I'll be like a cat.
A solo hell building RPG. That sounds interesting too.
Yeah.
So this has like a lookup table that's done off of card draws. Different little items here. If you call them artifacts, looks like human trash, but they're artifacts. So there's actually only a couple pages of information on what you do here, and then most of it is just lookup table. So that's
maybe we'll
fun.
break it out and play it
Yeah.
duo mode. Like,
Yeah.
it's super cute. I just really like the art. So on the vein of like solo games, I'm gonna talk really quick about one of Steve's players that was in his Dragonbane game. So he played this year with his son, last year, and I think the year before. But he writes solo RPGs, and he was kind enough to give us a stack before he left. His name is Moses, and his YouTube channel is Willona's Cave. I'll go ahead and I'll make sure I link it before we're kind of done. But he does these cool little like one-page RPGs. He gave me a like
this little like pamphlet style fold out. They look really fun.
Yeah.
I flipped through a couple of them yesterday. They look really fun. So we're gonna have to look through some of these and kind of get something going on them.
Steve is more likely to do a solo RPG than I am.
Yeah.
But I also am kind of tempted to go on Drive-Thru RPG where they're located and buy them for Nick.
Yeah.
Because one of the guys who works at Crazy Squirrel loves solo RPGs. So I'll go ahead and link his channel when we're done because I didn't grab it beforehand. Next. Don't know anything about it.
Where the Zal River flows. So this is one of the ones I grabbed at the end. And I grabbed it specifically just because I'm going to be really like onto one of my little almost ADHD things. I love the way the text was oriented in this. I love how blocky it looks, more like the way it's laid out reminds me almost of like a textbook.
Okay.
The way it's kind of blocked in. Anytime I see something that has that kind of organization in it, I always immediately think this is probably going to be like a fairly crunchy or a fairly story driven.
Yeah.
I didn't see any like crunch tables here, so I'm betting this is going to be a pretty like in-depth story kind of driven. And it looked fantastic for just what little bit was in here. I liked the little stat sheets it had in here. So we'll be going through this and figuring out what's kind of going on as far as this one goes.
Yeah. And I like that a lot of these have QR codes because
A lot of them have QR codes.
I will 100% be scanning that QR code and seeing what's in it.
Well, like if you look at the stat sheet, that's very clearly 5e.
Yeah.
So a lot of these are. Oh, come on, Fidget! Come on!
Come
you
on,
can do
baby.
it! You can do it! Don't fall,
She
stupid!
just tried to pull the monitor off the table.
Look at that! We have a Fidget voluntarily joining us. Look at this! Hi, Fidgy Fidge.
And she's done.
She's done.
Until I put something. Maybe.
Yeah, she's done with us. She's seen what we were doing. All right, Thunder Road, Vendetta RPG, Gas and Guns and Go-Go. Gas and Guns a Go-Go. So this one, it says Zero Prep Introduction to Role Playing with Cars and Guns, and I liked that it almost feels like a notepad. It has that same kind of like notepad feel. It's black and white. Has cars in it. I mean, everybody likes owning the cars. That's kind of like Gaslands. I've been wanting to get and play Gaslands so bad, but it's like, who would I play with? Because it's
not really my scene.
It's because it plays more like X-Wing does, where you have a vehicle on the board and you're doing turn-based with cars.
You and Mike.
But it lets you like customize Hot Wheels into like death machines, like
I know.
So I grabbed this one at the end. It looked interesting as far as like
Oh, is that from 9th level?
yes,
Oh,
from ninth
okay.
level. So it had a lot of like uh, kind of that Mad Max, Twisted Metal, which I
Hmm.
loved Twisted Metal growing up, and I've actually been enjoying the TV series. So
Yeah, I can't wait for the next
I
season.
can't wait for the next season. So that one looked interesting.
So here's another one from 9th level games. Um, they have put out one of these, I think every year. I have a
Mhm.
stack of them. They are, I believe, 5e.
Meow,
Um,
meow. Fish is being sass now.
I can't remember if this one's 5e compatible now.
Maybe it can be up here too, I guess. Might as well have it up visible, nice and pretty, nice and glaring on the camera.
Yeah, it definitely goes. This is a little more like, I don't know.
Yeah, that goes to show you how shiny and glossy
Yeah.
and pretty the Dragonbane stuff is this that glare on the camera. Poor Dragonbane, he's too bright. We'll have to put him off the side.
Yeah, he is a little too bright. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, cowboys, aliens, and dinosaurs. Oh my.
Yeah. So
Uh,
it's just, and I feel like this is almost more like an advertisement in
yeah.
a,
Well, and this one's actually like got a decent number of pages to it.
but most of them
um,
aren't for the
Yeah. But it's got that like newspaper style paper in
Yeah.
it. Look at that rhinoceros with spikes on him. Isn't that fun? So this one had a lot of like information, a lot of like this is all like enemies and guns and ammunition, and so there's quite a bit of stuff in this one. That paper style, that newspaper kind of thick, reminded me a lot of like the old Goosebumps books and the old Choose Your Adventure. All had that
Yeah.
same style of paper, and I get that same kind of nostalgic
feel.
from these. So this one I really liked looking through some of the stuff on some of the tables on it. I didn't read much on the actual game on this one.
Yeah, and considering we have like 5 of them.
Yeah, when it starts with lines and veils, cut break, X card. I like seeing that more games are picking that up and putting it in their rule book, even though it's kind of just become a standard. Everybody knows that those are a thing. It's still becoming more standard for people to include them.
Yeah, especially in this day and age, you need an X card.
Yeah.
So this is from Hit Point Press, which I did not realize they even had something else.
Yes,
here.
I almost didn't grab this one until I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been one of the ones I would have grabbed on the next one over.
We just finished Humblewood, so
Yeah.
not too long ago.
So this one is a very short, like very, very short. We're almost through it already. It's like 12 pages. Yeah. So it's 11 pages because the last one's just ads. So it's 11 pages. So very, very basic. Like here's your ranges: close, near, far, extremely far. You know, very, very basic. The artwork is fun. I like the artwork. It's very like kind of cutesy, cartoony. Six phases per round. It uses a D6, and it's just a like you have these tables for like this is a regular roll, this is a risky roll, this is an inspired roll, and it just tells you what is what. So like a risky roll, 1 is a crit success, 2 and 3 are success, 4, 5, and 6 are crit failures. So you're taking a 50-50 chance at a crit fail by doing that. You get an inspired roll is like the opposite. 1, 2, and 3 are crit success, but 4, 5, and 6 are failures. 6 being a critical failure, and then your regular is just 1 through 6 going from critical success, 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 failure, failure, critical failure. So just a really basic kind of system on that. Not a lot stat wise on it. So yeah, shift is kind of referring to the shifting dice. The fact that what your die means kind of changes based off of context. So this one looked interesting. I like Hit Point Press's other stuff, so I'll be interested to kind of run some stuff on that and see what's going on.
Yeah. And to know, this is the first year that I didn't pick things up. Like, I basically grabbed a couple of things that I kind of liked that I didn't know if he would grab, and then I let him grab whatever he wanted. So
I
next,
grab most of the things.
Yeah. Next is Marvel Multiverse. This isn't really one that either of us have played or even I haven't
So
looked
this
at it.
is an expansion preview. It is the Marvel TTRPG. I've heard a lot of mixed things about it. They did go all out on the art. The art is very much Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Like they didn't cheap out on that. Like a lot of IPs will cheap out when they go to do a game. They'll be like, oh well, we don't have to do our normal art style for the game. We can kitty that up.
Oh my god, a swan.
Yes, giant swan. So this has just some quick little information in it, as far as like a little like mini, almost like a mini adventure kind of thing to get you going with the upcoming expansion for it. There's already a lot for it because let's see, there's the core book, Spider-Verse expansion, X-Men expansion, Cataclysm of Kang, and Deadpool role plays the Marvel Universe. So there's and this will be the Avengers expansion that's going to be coming out. It looks like an interesting system. It's not my usual go-to, but I might look into it anyways just because it's Marvel, just because it does have quite a bit of content. And I do like systems that have a lot of content.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're going to go on to the... Oh, God, what is the system for this called? I played an online game in it. Can't remember what they named their system.
I'm trying to see if I could see it really quick.
It's the G.I. Joe, Transformers, Power Rangers, and My Little Pony all use the same system.
Oh, I love that they only have these two.
Yes, this one. So last year it was all of them in one adventure. So you had a crossover event that had Transformers, G.I. Joe, which are already pretty close related.
Yeah.
Because they're in the same universe. Power Rangers and My Little Pony.
Yeah.
This one just has Transformers and G.I. Joe. I played on Dapper Dinosaur's alternate channel, Top Hats Off. He did a Power Rangers game. I joined in episode 22 as the second Red Ranger, the new Red Ranger. And it was so much fun. The system is really good. I like the way it does a lot of the skills, a lot of the level up, how it's handled. When you level up, you feel like you really do gain quite a bit. I did not like the Power Rangers layout for what every individual like Ranger got, what the different colors got you. The Zords were miserable. Like the whole time I played, I think we called the Zords like twice.
Yeah.
And honestly, we called them only because we had to by the story. Otherwise, we would have just skipped them. But yeah, the way it works is when you get your skills, like here you can see he's got like, here's a plus D2, here's a D2, plus D4, plus D6. As your skill goes up, you don't just get a flat number added to it. You get a skill die that goes up as it goes. So no matter how high your skill goes, that die still has a 1 on it. So it makes it feel a little more swingy because you're rolling your D20 and you're rolling a skill die.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. They do a good job with their artwork. They stay very like true to franchise on the artwork. Yeah, so here to explore more worlds. Here you can see G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, My Little Pony. Now I have heard that this system works fantastically well for My Little Pony.
Yeah.
I've heard that is actually a very, very good system. So I might pick that up at some point and run a My Little Pony game just for fun. But this one had a pretty fun looking adventure. I actually read through the adventure on this one, and it does look pretty good. So I might actually run this one. I've been hanging on to this Uber crossover one from last year.
Yeah.
Definitely want to try one of those.
I've saved all of the free RPG stuff from the last like 5 or 6 years.
I have dug into it a few times to get some extra like.
All right,
content.
I'm gonna put 2 down at once because they're from the same publisher. So.
Modifius.
These are both from Modifius Games. Don't know anything about this.
I know nothing about this.
I only know about this because, again, Steve is playing on Dapper's Top Hats Off, and he is playing in a Star Trek game on Fridays.
Yeah, so this is a 2D20 system on this one. This was Dreams and Machines. It's got some really fun things like success over the cost. It's got momentum, which momentum and threat are really good. I don't know if this one does threat, or does it just do momentum?
Threat.
Yes, okay, momentum and threat. The momentum and threat system is great. I really like the momentum and threat system. I believe this is actually the same system that they run for Star Trek, which is a roll under system. So you actually want to roll low numbers, and you kind of just get either I succeed or I don't. And it's based off of your kind of skills, like whatever your skill adds up, you want to roll under that.
Yeah.
And you'll have things like, okay, so I'm rolling 2 dice, and it's a difficulty 1, so I have to have 1 die that makes it, or it's a difficulty 2, so I have to have 2 dice that make it.
Yeah.
The momentum lets you buy additional dice, so you can roll 3, 4, or 5 dice at a cost of momentum, which is required because some of the checks are difficulty 3 or difficulty 4, and you have to get extra. So it looks very much like the same system as this, the same system as Star Trek, but with more of a like fantasy, like big magic mech.
It's nice to see because last year they did also have a Star Trek one last year, but it was the first edition.
First edition. This one is second edition.
And it was sad because second edition had like just come out.
Yeah. So on Dapper's channel, we are running with first edition because that's what he had to start, and he wasn't going to buy a bunch of new books for it.
Yeah.
So and like I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of books for it either. I did buy the extra player campaign book or book for it for character creation. But I never bought like an actual core book for it or anything.
I feel like we have something else on one of the BTTs.
Yeah, we've got one of them. Okay, that is Lower Decks.
Yes.
That is Lower Decks. I love that.
I would love to play in a Lower Decks. Like.
There is a Lower Decks source book for first edition.
I know.
And last season on Dappers we did a Lower Deck episode.
Did you?
Yes, where we all made Lower Deckers and we played. None of us used our actual main characters. We all used. One of the things the system has is it's called supporting characters.
Oh,
so
yeah.
your ship has like a stat that gives you like how many supporting characters you can have. And say you're going into a scene, and you're like, yeah, I'm the chief engineer, and we're going to go into this diplomatic thing that has absolutely nothing to do with engineering. Well, I can either sit at the table and be useless, or maybe I play as Ensign so-and-so who has specialty in diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
So you roll up real quick, and it's really quick. You roll up a new character, and you make this whatever ensign, and now it becomes a character that anybody can call on as a kind of a backup character for future sessions. So if your character isn't going to be useful, you just grab a new one.
Which I really like that, because there are certain situations where you make a fighter and you need a diplomat, and it sucks. It gets really boring, like in 5e games, when you make the wrong character. Next, so there was also a Pathfinder one, but we aren't real big into Pathfinder. We have one of the rule books. I think we have second edition.
We have second edition.
Just because I got a really good deal on it through a Humble Bundle or something.
I like Pathfinder, but it's D&D 3.5. It's crunchy D&D, and if I want to play a crunchy game, I typically have some other ones I'd rather go to.
Yeah.
Starfinder, I was playing on, again, if you go to Dappers and you watch Star Trek, you'll find Tiri Rana in there, currently playing as Petty Officer Billy, the whale, because we have a whale on our ship, which is an official Star Trek thing. He was running a Starfinder game on Wednesdays, and unfortunately I had to drop out of that in order to do our Dragonbane game, but I was really enjoying playing it. I played as Jess Thrana. I was a little Hanukkah, which is this little 2-foot-tall space raptor, little feathered raptor. I was really enjoying that, but unfortunately I couldn't, I had to drop something, and I wasn't going to drop Star Trek, so I dropped Starfinder.
Sorry, Tiri.
Sorry, Tiri. Your game was great. I really enjoyed it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can see little rats.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. There's hamster dudes too, and the hamsters can shove grenades in their cheeks to keep extra grenades.
I've played Starfinder once, I think.
We played once. Was that free RPG day too?
Mm-hmm.
It was at free RPG day. We played one time, and it was before they had done like any optimizations or anything on it.
It was before second edition.
Yeah, it was before. It was first edition. It was before second was even a thing, and it was horrible. When we got to the final fight, my character literally had to nat 20 to be able to even hit the guy. So I grabbed this one just because it had some interesting. I had these really big maps. I had these really big, beautiful maps.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted out of this, was these great big, huge. There's one in the back too. These great big, huge.
They are really pretty.
Ship deck maps. So
Welcome,
I grabbed
Buzzy.
that. Hi, Fuzzy. Did you come back to sit on things?
Mm-hmm.
Did I put things out there for you to sit on? All right, Scry, my little eye.
So, this is from, I don't know how to pronounce it, Loke.
Look, battle mats.
They do the big battle books that are spiral bound, and they are awesome.
They are premium. So this one is 5e. So this is a module for 5e. Got some little NPCs, and this is a good example of what they usually do is they do these really detailed battle mats with these little tokens. And you're kind of meant to cut all these out and things in most of these, and I never do. But this is kind of their bread and butter is these just beautiful, beautiful fold-out battle mats. So I was very excited to see how many they put in this. For the most, most of it's just kind of, oh, here's some, D&D stuff that we've all seen a million times, But the maps, these big fold-out maps, are just, I love stuff like this. I love, especially like when you're in the middle, like, oh crap, I need a battle map. Okay, I've got one. There we go. We play on this today.
Well, and I like how little you have to because their normal stuff is spiral bound, so you can lay it out in certain ways. But I like that the binding in this isn't super beefy, so you could.
They were smart. You'll notice that this is where the staples are.
Uh-huh.
So when you open the map on either one of the map pages, you're very close to the staple.
Yeah.
Which means you're very close to, actually, if you look at it, since both of these are on the back of this, if you pop these staples, you would just have a fold-out map, and it is heavy gloss thick paper, so you could pop these staples and just have a two-sided map.
Yeah.
So I grabbed that one specifically for the maps.
Well, okay, let me talk about these. Because these are all 5e. I tried to kind of group some of the stuff together that I knew was 5e. We'll start with this from Goodman Games.
Ooh, this one, the artwork on it has a really kind of fun, like almost oil painting look. I know it's not going to come through on camera very well, but it has... it's detailed art, but it has that kind of messy oil painting over it. And then the inside of it, what really caught my attention is it reminded me so much of like a second edition book.
Oh, yeah.
It just has that D&D 2E.
That's fun.
I mean,
yeah.
It very much has that like D&D second edition.
I wonder if we went and pulled out one of our second editions and just put it next to it.
It would look very similar.
That's super cool, too.
I mean, it's a little... It's more like the second run of like the Advanced D&D second run, not the first original run, because the first run had that really goofy, ugly art that everybody loves because it's just like insane looking. But looking through it, it looked very much like just a standard old school D&D adventure, and I always love those, so I had to pick that one up.
Now, these are all from the same publisher again, which I was really surprised.
Yeah, they sent a whole bunch out.
And I was really surprised. I've heard of Ghostfire Gaming. I don't know if I've actually checked anything out from them.
I hadn't either, and this is three very different like settings.
They're all for level 3.
They're all level 3, 5 to 6 players. They're all 5e compatible. And it just really different settings on it. Again, the companies that do this for free RPG, they tend to go all out. They're all nice, heavy paper. Oh yeah, look at the Wolfie guy. It's so cool.
Yeah, we were so tired last night because we were at the store from 9 o'clock to 7.
Oh, look at that.
And then
Blue,
we live about 40 minutes from our store. And there was an accident on the way home, so we didn't get home until like 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, we sat for we live on a little that was the little mini that was in the box stuff. That was that.
I know that Connor probably is not watching this, but I have to
the three-headed goose.
Yes.
So we live on a little windy middle of nowhere road, and somebody decided to flip a car on it last night, and they had to land the life flight helicopter like in the road, and it shut the road down for like an hour.
Yeah, and we could have turned around. But it was kind of one of those that, like, by the time we were like, I just did
not feel like turning around and taking the 20-mile loop around to get the other way. And
yeah.
These look beautiful. Oh my god, look at those colds.
I know, I saw.
Give me those colds. Where's my lizards?
I'm
Where's my
looking.
lizards?
Stop! You're peeking the mic.
Techno, Echo, and Greco, the little kobolds.
Oh my god. Wait, they can't see him on camera.
Oh, look at those guys. Look at them little goobers. I love goober kobolds. Oh, they are the perfect goober kobolds.
Like he's secretly a goober kobold.
I am a goober kobold. I draw them all the time.
Okay, this one looks in the style kind of oh, it is.
It's Studio Ghibli, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that same, it's the same studio kind of artwork. 1985 games.
Your sister might try to do that.
She can fight me for it. This is probably the heaviest paper, the like glossiest, heaviest paper of any of these this year. I know I say that a lot, but you can really tell a lot of quality on printed work by what paper they choose.
Yes.
That was actually one of the things for like the Alien RPG. One of the reasons you can tell like Free League's got some good quality on it is like this, how it has like color in the background. Anytime you see color printed pages where they have to print the whole page, that is a big cost to them. So they're making a choice to bring a lot of extra cost to production.
That's cool.
Shows their quality.
Yeah.
I didn't read a whole lot on this one. It was a very short-looking little adventure.
Yeah.
Very cute-looking. Very Ghibli. And you can see it in here. You can see the studio is very much Ghibli on this. Puzz.
Just her little nose is peeking out on the camera. It's so cute.
Boop.
All right, now this one, I actually think we might run on our channel as a one-shot because I and Mike, I think Ash too, all like The Expanse. I have not read the novels. I started watching the TV show, then couldn't get into the novels, then stopped watching the show, and I haven't finished watching the show, but I like the world.
Yeah, I liked what of it I've seen, but I didn't really watch a lot of it when it was out.
Yeah, I watched like the first 3 seasons, but that was when
I like the character art.
we didn't have cable because we don't have cable,
No,
and
I
then
don't
it's on the server. I haven't watched it. It reminds me a lot of like a more tech savvy Alien universe kind of.
Yeah.
Probably more like their Corrales universe.
Yeah, it's just. I like the layout on the stats and features on everything. Seems like they've got a pretty good number of skills and things without being just like excessive.
So many you can't figure
Yeah,
out. Yeah,
I can't stand a game that's just like, look, here's your 9 million skills you have.
yeah. Oh, and by the way, this is a one shot.
Yeah, and then they'll do and look, you get to put in like. You get to pick skills. You get 3 per level up, and you have 40. So good luck picking what you want.
Yeah. All right. Next is one that I do want to pick up. I have not picked up just because we have so many RPGs. We'll have to go through. I was just telling Steve that I would like to, like, do some videos on just the different RPGs we have because we are kind of going away from 5th edition.
Yeah.
A lot, and we have a lot of different systems. So this is from Kobold Press. This is their new Tales of the Vault that they came out with. So the cover of this,
that pulls the cover loose.
Yeah.
The cover is then a map. So
which is cool.
the cover is just a jacket that's not attached.
Yeah.
This little sleeve keeps it on. And once you do that, it's now split apart into the GM book that has all the stats and all of the things that the GM needs. Look at that. Look at that 2-headed kobold looking thing.
That's cool.
And look at that guy. He's fun. So it splits off that information apart from your actual like character sheet book.
Oh, so is Tales from the Valiant, is that 5e? I thought it was their system.
I believe it is a 5e modification.
Oh, okay.
I do like the character sheet layout.
Yeah, I like that. It's a little...
I like it's got armor class with shield. That's fantastic because that's something good to know. It's got your modifier, your stat, and then your save. So that's all kind of right
I like
here.
that it has this kind of like how Dragonbane's is set up.
Yes. The only thing I would almost like to see is the modifier and the stat switch so that
Yeah.
the modifier is bigger, but it's nice and centered anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I also really like that once again, this is for third level characters.
yes. So many of these end up being like, oh, here's a thing for first level character. Nobody wants to play at first level.
Yeah,
Not
nobody.
in 5e. Like if you're doing a new system, first level is usually okay, but at 5e, the first level is just it's not fun. Nobody can do anything. Nobody has skills. Nobody has
Yeah.
there's nothing there.
And if you're really wanting to measure like if you enjoy a game, first level is not going to do that.
No.
So here's one that we have had. We actually did the Kickstarter. I have run a game. I was really bad at it because I don't run new systems well without either watching it played or having played in it.
Mm-hmm.
I typically make Steve run them a few times, and then I can normally run.
Yeah.
But it's a cute little. And there's minis on what's the
My Mini.
on My Mini? No, on well there are, but on
Thingiverse has some too.
Thingiverse has
Yeah.
some free minis, and you can scale them up, and they're adorable. And I
They are
printed
absolutely
them.
adorable.
I think it was last year. I printed them out as party favors.
Yeah, the artwork is that real fun, like not quite cell shaded but flat artwork. Lot of text, so much text in this one.
And that's I have a hard time with text. Yeah.
This actually is a pretty like in-depth little
Yeah.
adventure. The characters are the same ones I think they always use. I think they're like Dragonbane. I think they always use like the same.
Yes.
But it's that one's gonna be fun. Definitely gonna have to do something with that.
We need to revisit playing the board game again.
Yes.
We bought the board game. We have a bunch of the expansions, but it's kind of boring 2-player.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not our first copy of this.
Mm-hmm.
Swords of the Serpentine. I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, there were some of the older ones. That one's from 2023.
Oh, is it? We probably already have it.
Yeah, it was from 2023. It just had some interesting looking statue. And it's really kind of fun, smooth looking art. The whole thing's printed in grayscale, which I would like to see color in it, but that's all right.
This looks really cool. I just kind of like,
Arzium.
yeah, I just kind of like.
This is a setting where magic ends up being kind of like a fanciful, more whimsical. Yeah. It almost, from what I've seen of it, it almost has like a Weird West but magic kind of vibe to it. It has that same sort of feel to it.
What's that anime? There's an anime that's kind of like that.
Yeah. Oh, there's several animes that are
Yeah,
kind of like
there's
that.
several. I like the character
The
sheet.
character sheets are nice. So they did not do the smooth glossy paper,
Yeah.
which is great for character sheets you have to write on.
Yes.
And theirs have a lot of things you got to bubble and write on.
Yeah.
That's like my one thing I don't like about Dragonbane using that nice, thick, heavy, glossy paper is that you can't write on the character sheet, and you need to write on the character sheet.
We did print out character sheets for our players
Yes.
and for the second table because we had 2 tables of Dragonbane yesterday.
Yeah. Since they always use the same like party of adventurers, it makes it pretty easy for them to
It
do that.
does. Oh, I didn't realize it was Cyberpunk.
Yes. You got some further.
Okay.
This is down too far now. We got some further in here. Yeah, this is Cyberpunk, and I like this one because it has a bunch of loose leaf. Like
Is that for
here's your
characters?
characters, and I believe they fold out.
They do.
So it had those. It had these big like trackers. So this had like a lot of like
Oh
extra.
my god.
Yeah, this had stuff.
Wow. Well, we're
I-
always looking for a good Cyberpunk RPG.
So I opened this one and I saw that, and I saw this like, look at this like Oni looking guy here.
Yeah.
I saw the complexity and the amount of stuff that was in this one, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not even gonna try to figure this out right now. I'm just gonna look like Froggy.
Oh, cool.
I am going to just take this home and go through this, but just the
Oh.
theme cards, just all of the stuff that was in this one, and all
Yeah.
the handouts. That was something I had to bring home and get a better look at.
Well, and we're almost done with this. So this one also has a bunch of insert. It looks like this is Legend of the Mist, Rustic Fantasy.
Mm-hmm. You will notice that.
Oh, okay. I'm really digging that a bunch of the publishers
Did multiple.
did multiple. Also, I will. This is a huge different genres.
Yeah, and I think from what I saw of this, so same idea with tracking
yeah.
cards, and the character sheets,
Oh.
they go fold out. I think this is probably a very similar, if not same, system with a reskin
Yeah,
in just very different genres.
which would be kind of nice.
I do like that. So again, this one just has a lot in it, and it's so much when you're there at the store and like, oh god, what do I do? What do I look at? 'Cause you don't have time there while you're playing games and everything to look through all the systems and what they have. That's why I'm glad our store gets so much and lets us take so many, because if I had to pick, like some stores, you literally get to pick one of these. If I had to pick one of these, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would make that decision.
Yeah, I don't know either. And I will say most people don't get this much necessarily, but because I do help out, I'm allowed to take kind of a little more,
we get to take a little extra.
which is appreciated. This is the last thing from this year. I'm not gonna. The other thing was from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
This is
Basic Roleplay Universal Game Engine Quick Start.
okay.
So this
So much.
it's pretty much. Oh, this one is very much. Just has kind of some like basic. Just this is a role playing game. What it looked like to me when I was going through it is it's more like a system with no setting.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like look at this one. You've got these knights and go running back here,
You
but then
got firearms.
you go back to the other guy. He had a gun.
Yeah.
So it
Interesting.
seemed to be a little bit more. It does have a resistance table, which I'm going to be completely honest. I was glad when they stopped putting resistance tables in most games.
Yeah.
They are fun, but they are definitely crunchy.
Yeah.
They are definitely crunchy. But this one had some fun little tables. This one had some.
Multiple.
Yeah, the variety in this is really interesting. Weapons tables.
Yeah.
So again, I didn't really get to look much through this while we were there, but it looked to me very much like a more open system,
Mm-hmm.
which I always love going through some of the more open systems. Like, yeah, here's your character sheet.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's very, very
Yeah.
normal. Like it's more like your character pamphlet.
Yeah.
So I was
Okay.
interested to see kind of what all is in this, what it can do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we grabbed that one.
Yeah, and the last one was actually one from 2023, which was Zombicide.
Zombicide.
Which we have a copy of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was our free RPG Day 2025 haul, and it was definitely a haul.
All of the things
Stacked
back up here.
And like I said, I do have all the previous years, and I have them in like, I have them all put together as not year, but like we have a lot of the Pathfinder and stuff, and so I
I
make sure
kind
I
of group by what
group
they
by
are.
what they are. Especially like we have like 4 or 5 years of Root.
Yes, we have so much root. But of
So-
course, we didn't just do free RPG Day. We bought some, and I found these, and I had to have these because
Which I think is so funny.
they work for Dragonbane. These are 8 beanbags, and they have the numbers on them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So when you do your initiative in something like Dragonbane, where you have to re-roll it every single time. So you have to pass out initiative cards and then take them back, and then pass out cards and take them back.
Yeah, every
Instead,
round.
You can just throw beanbags.
And he did throw beanbags.
And I did throw beanbags. And then, oh yeah, the one beanbag is a slightly different color. But
I don't know. I thought it was really funny. He doesn't get to go to the game store that often.
beanbags.
Just because he works closer to the house and he just doesn't go that often right now. And so he found those and he was so happy.
It's one of those, like, could I have made my own beanbags?
Yes.
Yes,
We still have the stuff to
absolutely.
make them.
I could absolutely make my own beanbags. I could get the little iron-on numbers, and I could make beanbags.
Yeah.
And have, like, more than 1 through 8, but 1 through 8 will usually work, and that will give me plenty
And
of stuff.
I will say, I don't know that we could have done that for $25.
No, I don't think
Because
so.
this was $25, and that's not bad.
Oh, yeah, we actually have the
So-
Savage Worlds.
I don't know if that was from Free RPG Day, but Scott told me to take it home.
Yeah, we were told to take it home, so we took home some Savage Worlds. It's got a
I
little GM screen.
have been
Look at that.
collecting Savage World stuff because it just seems like a really fun system,
World Builder and Game Master Guide.
and so I
Considering it has a price tag on it, I would say it's not a free RPG.
I might have to ask if I should pay for it.
Look at the kitty cat.
Oh wow,
He's got a gun.
yeah, it was on top of the stack with all the stuff, so
Yeah.
maybe not. I don't know. I'll talk to Jax and make sure.
Mini settings. Yeah, so a bunch of Savage World stuff.
And I've been collecting a
Well,
lot of Savage World.
Marker for spells and stuff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was tossed into our group of stuff. We got Splendor Duel.
Yeah.
So I liked Splendor, but I never really liked the way the game ran out. The actual feel of the game. Sometimes it was great and sometimes it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how Splendor Duel goes.
Yep.
It looks nice.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had a dual version, and so as soon as I found out they had that, I had the store order it for me because it's not something they stock regularly.
We got some
Used
used
games.
games. So this was one of the ones that was done for Dragonbane. One of the
Kickstarters.
Kickstarter kind of. So it has a bunch of extra content. This is
Yeah.
a really thick.
It's
epic
a
book.
third-party Kickstarter
Yeah.
one, and I actually looked at backing this, and I didn't know that we were gonna get so into Dragonbane,
Dragonbane.
so I didn't do
Yeah.
it. It was a little pricey.
Yeah. So
at the
Traces
time.
of Darkness, The Horn of the Dawn, Part 1.
Yeah.
So that'll give us some more Dragonbane content to go through.
Yep. Yeah, it's again, they kept with the artwork, which I like.
Yeah.
I love.
It's not quite as goofy looking as regular Dragonbane.
No.
But
Another one I've been
another Free League production here. We got Forbidden Lands, the big box.
I just have problems.
And it has all the stuff in it. And we picked it up out of the youth consignment thing, and it even had the little bit of stickers that come with it are still in it. So we got all of the we got the big pretty cover Game Master's Guide, all sorts of stuff in
Yeah.
it. Then we got the Player's Handbook. Again, it's got that pretty red cover on it.
Oh, so pretty. Another system I have been wanting, hadn't picked up, and then when I saw it was in the used for a very good price,
Very good price.
I snagged it.
So we've got Forbidden Lands now. That got added in.
I'm like, I have problems.
Carcassonne.
A game that was really popular when we started playing, and I never picked it up, and I figured, why not? I think it is it's a 2 to 5.
2 to 5.
So
35-minute playtime. So
Yeah.
that should be a good one. We'll have to make a Carcassonne video.
yes. I wanted the big box, but the big box has been sold out for a while, so
This was a
oh yeah.
random splurge purchase for me. I saw it. There was 2 of these, one for characters and one for settings. This is a character generator. This is the entire instructions manual. This is one little page. That's it. There you go. That's all you need to know. This has these really pretty tarot cards.
Sorry, babe.
So this is your nobles and clergy. You have your merchants and artisans. This is Townsfolk and Travelers. This should be your villains. Heroes and Champions, and then this one's your villains. Villains and Scoundrels. So each one of these tarot decks is then subdivided into more piles. So we take these into these little piles here. All right. So then we'll have their intrigue, their flaw, their role, their personality, their motivation. And you'll shuffle these up and draw a card. And then it'll have 4 options, so you can roll a d4 to pick from that. And it'll give you some information about what this character you're making is. So if you need to make an NPC, or you need to make a hero character, you need to make something and you're at a loss, you can randomly draw and randomly roll up, what is their background, what is their motivation, what kind of person is this, and it's really fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick up the other one at some point too.
Yeah, I had thought about that maybe we should have grabbed the other one too, just because, like, I have a really hard time with plot hooks.
Yeah.
So for me, instead of coming home and telling Steve, I don't know what I'm doing, I could do that.
Yeah, you roll out a random one. So this one's very interesting, very, I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this.
Yes.
Just making random characters. It'll help you make characters that don't feel the same.
I really like that it is not just 5e. It is just a character.
Yeah, it's just a character. There's no stats to it.
There's
you still
no
have to do the
stats.
stats. You still have to do all of that. It's just, what is this character?
Oh, here comes the big boy. Let's...
I have to shove him in this corner over here.
Yeah.
Let me shove him over this one.
Let's make some room.
I've just got one question for you. Explosions!
So, Steve and I... one of our favorite games to play together, especially when he was long haul, he would come home and we would just sit and play Borderlands 2 for hours.
Look at that.
So the store had this like a year or two ago, and they had it for a long time, and then it sold, and I was sad because it's like $120.
Look at this, a huge amount of punch outs.
And so we have a bunch of store credit, and so I asked them to order it for me.
Look at all of these miniatures.
I didn't get a chance to look at any of the minis or anything.
Oh, so many minis. So many minis. Decks of cards.
Oh, there's gags.
There's skags. Yeah.
There's no midgets.
No.
Oh, there are.
Oh, yep, there's midgets. Yay! Or tykes, or whatever they call them now, because they're not allowed to call them midgets in game anymore.
Oh.
I get that it's not politically correct, but it was also kind of done that way on purpose.
Yeah.
So I am kind of sad that they made that decision. But no, the little minis are cool looking. Not that like this guy here is definitely not mini.
Wow.
Got a midget in the cage. So I mean, great big, beefy, bossy guy.
Wow.
You know, his flail is a cage with a little guy in it. So I mean, it's just.
Yeah. Borderlands is one of the first shooter games that I really enjoyed. I'm not good at shooters, but I played Gage, and I let the anarchy ensue, and
Close enough makes a lot of difference
Yeah.
if you're not good at shooters. Close box.
Sorry, we're both like, oh, people are talking.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jason, toss a card to a player that's getting indecisive out of Oracle. Be like, hey,
Oh
Here-
yeah.
you're like, oh, what do I do? Well, here, have a card. Have something to figure out, to kind of get something going on here, to kind of get the juices flowing. So that's world building, character building, things like that. I really like, and it goes very much underappreciated. So the store had quite a few of these in, and I hope they sell. I hope they get a lot of use out of them.
What's really funny is actually, they didn't sell well.
Yeah.
And I think it's because people didn't realize what they are.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think a lot of people see this and think, well, it's not a game. Is it for D&D? Is it for
Right.
this? Even if you don't, if you're just a writer and you're making stories, this is a tool for that. This
Yeah.
is a tool to kind of help figure your characters out. This is something that you can be like, hey, who is this guy?
Yeah, the story, now I really do want to go pick up the story gen. I should have just grabbed it.
Yeah. I think it was almost 50.
Yeah, it was 50.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is not bad for. I mean, there's 5 big thick tarot decks in there. It's
yeah. I will do my best not to give in to the urge to sleeve them. Um, I sleeve all of our games, so
the downside to sleeving this one is they already fit really nicely.
I know, yeah.
And it does have a little extra. Now that I closed it, it's one of those boxes that seals very well. It does have like a little extra section down here you could put some more stuff in.
Yeah, but if I were to sleeve them, it
Yeah.
doubles that. They do fit very nice in there.
Yeah, so they fit very nice in this, and I doubt it gets like shuffled and used a lot.
No.
But that's also tarot sized, so
Yeah.
I could definitely see like getting some tarot sized like little slips of cardstock and making a bunch of characters. Which I'm probably gonna do now that I've said that. I'm probably gonna do that as soon as we're done with this. I'm probably gonna cut some cardstock and start sitting here and making characters.
Yeah.
I could see making a whole bunch of characters and just filling this up with like characters you've made that you can just quickly grab. Oh, this is I need a villain. Let me grab a villain. Oh, I need a townsfolk. Let me grab a townsfolk.
Is this gonna replace what the fuck is my D&D character?
Or who the fuck is my
Or who
D&D
the fuck
character?
is-
Yes. Guys, if you haven't been to who the fuck is my D&D character.com, you should.
Yeah.
It is an immediate, just quick roll of just some random weird. I've actually made characters over so many of them because they're just so fantastically fun.
Is that all shit we bought?
That's it. That's what we bought.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I say is that all this stuff we bought, but I mean, we had lots of store credit.
We had lots of store credit. Well, and we were there playing games for the most part. So,
Yeah.
But so yeah, guys. Thanks for joining us. Running through all of our free RPG Day haul and our purchases. We'll try to do videos like this more often. Just some sit down and chit chats. Like I said, we were lazy, so no face cam today. But
Yeah.
we'll try to get you a face cam. I really need to figure out a good way to do a cat tree cam, because they're always in the tree when we're doing this.
Yeah, they're in the tree, and then Leroy is in the window because he can't sit with them.
No, they don't like him.
They're mean.
They're mean. They're mean to poor little Leroy.
But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed our purchases and our free RPG day overview. I mean, it is literally always the 21st.
Yeah.
Of every year. If you have a local game store, I highly encourage you to ask them about it if they don't participate, or if you want to, I don't know, get a group of friends and travel that day to one that does. Like, that can be a fun day.
It's definitely fun. If you are going to travel for it, make sure that the game store you're going to lets you, like actually take a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah.
Like we had a guy that came up from Visalia. So Visalia to Fresno is a pretty decent run, and he came up just to go to Free RPG Day.
Yeah.
And if he had made that drive and then got to take one thing, that would have been.
I have seen happen.
Yeah.
And not every game store is privileged enough to allow you to take them for free, because these boxes do cost them.
Yeah, they are. It's not free for the store.
Yeah.
It's free for you, but it's not free for the store. So they do hand things out. There is some extra swag, which again, like we don't take a lot of because we want to make sure everybody else gets their chance to take it. But yeah, just definitely thanks for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop $1 in the Patreon if you want to get some cat photos.
Cat photos, cat videos.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Make sure you drop into the Discord. We got to get in there and get some chats going.
The Discord is still not linked, honey.
We will link it at some point, guys. we will add it. It's not in our pre-done block for it, so we'll make sure we add the Discord in so that we can have Discord links.
If you would like to be added to the Discord, you can message us on YouTube and I will give you the link. How's that?
Absolutely. We'll get it posted for you guys. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we will catch you next time.
Bye, guys.